Welcome back to the B.A.D podcast.
We're back, baby.
Pretty bad. You gonna roll the intro?
Let's roll it.
Welcome to the B.A.D podcast with Dereck, Brad, and Austin, where we talk about random shit, and that's it.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, we're just jumping into it. Or are we like?
No. How was everybody's weekend? Yeah, how was everybody's weekend?
That's good.
I saw you balled out
Oh, yeah, we
on the field.
played some flag, a little bit of flag. Every couple weeks we go out and play some pickup flag. Do you have like a team now here? No, it's legit like just going to the park and playing.
It's like randoms.
Speaking of park and playing, did you hear about that kid getting stabbed at the park? No,
Yeah,
no,
the
for
park.
real, no, for real. A 14-year-old Here? kid. Yeah, a 14-year-old kid here stabbed two other kids and killed one of them. Jesus. Yeah.
That's the park where I go play tennis at.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild out there, bro. Wow, these Panama City streets.
Dude.
Dangerous. That's what I said. I've been raised on the streets, bro.
They need that that motive bag for the streets to protect them.
The bag belongs to the streets. But anyways, what about you? What did you do?
Yeah,
played sports. Austin bailed
just
on me,
hung
by the
out.
way.
No.
So I wanted to let you know.
Listen.
So it's a
This guy
common
just
thing.
loves to talk shit.
It's a common thing with Austin, and I realized why it bothers me so.
He's about to go.
I know.
Now I'm about to go all in on it. I realized why it bothers me so much. So I was actually, again, I guess TikTok is like, I just bring everything back to TikTok. But I watched a TikTok video and about your love language. And since mine's acts of service, people that like bail on you, like hurt you more. No, it does. It's like,
No, yeah, that
because
makes
it like
sense.
kind of like breaks that love language. So, many times now that just doesn't even matter. So
I just
Heartless.
don't think he tries anymore.
Kanye
so.
West. No, Dereck was like, "Hey, come play flag," and I was like, "No, I'm busy." It's not like I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
Yeah, so he bailed.
okay, so it's different.
It's way
than
different.
what he does for me when he goes, "Yeah, I'll be there," and then says,
No, he didn't
"Just
commit.
kidding."
I was just teasing.
I know. We all have fun. I wish I was there because the only thing that's holding me back is the first time we played, the lack of big word, don't know the name of. Don't. I'm stumbling here really bad.
Yeah, because I don't even know how to help you.
The lack of organization.
Yes, there it is. Big
Okay.
word.
It's not a big
Wow.
word.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
and
wasn't
just
a lot of organization.
the first time we played, it was terrible. Like
Oh.
plays would go on for 20 seconds, and it's like, bro, I'm tired. We
Oh.
played one game, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It wasn't up to Austin's par, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Well, why don't you
As a
work-
former athlete who
Organize the
played
event
sport,
next time.
I tried. I'm like,
Gotta get a league
like
together.
someone needs to
Or
stand
find a
there
league.
with a stopwatch and call out when the quarterback needs to throw the ball. Otherwise, it's a sack.
We did. We had a
Saturday.
5-second count
Okay.
on Saturday. Yeah.
Good.
We had a 5-second.
All right, I'm in next time.
See, they're
loose-
fixing their mistakes already.
I
A
know.
loose 5-second. No, we actually just need to find like a league and play in it.
We probably have to drive to like Picola or somewhere.
On Saturday, Aubrie and I decided that we would take Letty to my parents' house in the like afternoon after her like swim lessons.
So y'all could
So we go to the gym, and then my mom would get some time with the Scarlett.
pump
well,
sesh, baby.
That didn't turn out too hot.
I heard.
Apparently Scarlett just cried the entire hour and a half that we were gone.
She doesn't like being away from y'all.
Yeah, she just misses us. It's not like she's mad. She's like, it's separation anxiety. So I have a dog with severe separation. I guess I'm just so amazing to be in people's lives that they just don't like to not be around me. No, but for real though, it's.
No, I know. I talked to Aubrie about it. She's like, "What do we do?" Like, I guess to
I don't
like.
yeah, how do you fix this? I have a
How do you-
dog with severe separation anxiety, and now I have a child with separation anxiety.
I don't know. I don't have kids.
Well, Relay doesn't have separation anxiety.
No.
Yeah,
Not
he
to the
literally
point.
goes out into the
That's
warehouse
because
sometimes and walks
we-
around.
Yeah, it's because I think it's because we like have taken him. We were able to take him to work with us like his entire life. So whenever we do leave him, I guess that would probably make it worse, right? 'Cause
That's what I was
that's what I was
gonna
gonna
say.
say.
I don't
So
Like, what?
I
road you
think
going
that there's
down, bro?
obviously
know.
like Miley is an anxious dog. Like it's pretty obvious when you see her. Like you could just
Yeah.
tell every situation she's
Yeah.
like severely anxious. So I have a lot of that. It's just her past, and like there's not a lot we can do about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We
Yeah, I
we
think
locked
maybe
her up in
just
the
got
crate.
lucky because boxers do generally have a lot of separation anxiety. So
Oh, yeah. Well, and I also it may have helped him
Yeah.
that he had another boxer most
Yeah.
of his life. So
like another dog.
Yeah,
to
another
like
dog,
pal
yeah.
around with. It's like if
Yeah.
you leave a kid by themselves.
yeah,
You know.
that's true.
Or with people that
Maybe
are
it's
like
boredom
gas case.
boredom mixed with separation anxiety.
Exactly.
But so we locked Miley up, and she does this thing where she chews on her tail. So I got her out of her crate because I didn't see any blood. And then as she like ran to the elevator to greet Aubrie, I realized there was blood coming off her tail. And then I looked behind her. I looked behind her crate, bro. it was a murder scene.
It's like
There was blood, just like blood splatter.
Like when
a
Gabby
stain,
spilled
like a splatter
the
paint.
wax
Just
candle
stain your
Yeah.
floor.
in the old house.
No, it just wipes out because
Yeah.
it's still like kind of wet. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
only
still
been there
fresh.
for a little bit. So,
It's moist.
but gosh, that was not a fun thing to deal with. You know.
Zinger.
But third one down on the left.
Oh,
It's
is it
too
this
late
one?
now. It's too late. Now.
Oh,
There you go.
how'd you know
Yeah.
that?
He's
How
got
did I
a
know?
he's got a good
Bro,
memory.
I got this whole thing memorized.
From
Yeah.
where?
I don't know. Brad showed me the other day, and that's the
Oh.
one I remembered.
Yeah. So
Third one on the left.
I just
was
remember. I
very-
remember. I know
was
the.
like,
I know the yellow one's laughter.
Motherfucker.
That's pretty much all I remember.
Yeah.
from
Oh, that's
that,
pretty
so. One of them's like crickets.
That's
Yeah.
what you should have hit when I was thinking of that word.
Yeah, like, I think it's this one.
Oh.
We sound like
Anyways.
it's like a legit talk show radio.
Yeah.
We're going to have people
Playing on
call
it.
in.
Yeah, dude, we should have people call in.
So you can hook up your phone to Bluetooth and have
Yeah,
people
so,
call
like,
in.
you
Yeah.
can- you can
So
hook
we
up to
we
that.
could create a Google Voice number,
Mm-hmm.
so that way it's not like our personal cell phone
Yeah.
number because I really don't want to give that out on the internet. But then people could call in,
Yeah.
and we could do a call in section. That would be kind of fun.
Just get roasted.
one of these days.
Yeah, it's just the problem. is
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
roasting us.
just like okay and mute.
They
Just,
didn't
like,
have
mute the
anything
call
nice
in
to
button.
say.
Hey, next caller. Next
Oh, next caller.
You're caller number 11. You won.
Okay, I want to get into the conspiracy theories
okay.
because I'm really excited because I feel like Austin now really believes his conspiracy theory.
Well, so mine doesn't have a specific theory. It's just like it's so unknown,
Oh,
and I've been there, so I know.
to the hinge.
Yes, I've been to the Hinge.
You
But
believe.
not to the pyramids or anything, right?
No.
Okay. I was curious.
Yeah.
You may have been to the pyramids. I wouldn't know.
I want to go. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Like all the 8 wonders of the world.
So I guess I'll start with
Yeah.
mine because mine's the easiestly debunked one, I guess. And apparently y'all's is a lot more open-ended.
Very
So-
open-ended.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, so mine was the moon landing fake, you know? And a lot of it has to do with the fact that like Russia and all these other people were like the space race was on and they were like literally sending people into space and we hadn't even like started NASA.
yeah.
yeah.
And so we were like so far behind them, but somehow we were the first ones to make it to the moon. And so, you know, the guy that started, it was one guy that started with a pamphlet and he actually worked for a company that designed rockets for NASA.
Oh.
And he started it and he essentially was just like, bro, like you're using like tinfoil and stuff. Like there's no way they actually got this to work and
Mhm.
we made it to the moon, you know? And then, you know, a lot of people bring in the fact that like when the jets landed on the moon that like dust and debris didn't
Didn't like move.
like kick up and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that's debunked because like if you actually learn about like vacuums and how
Yeah,
things work in a
space.
vacuum,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
different.
work that way. So I mean, there's a lot of like stuff that's been debunked, but a lot of it actually, truthfully, the whole premise of the conspiracy theory just comes from the distrust of the government. Because this is the same time when a lot of the scandals were kind of coming out with
The spies.
yeah, like all that kind of stuff going on, and everyone was just like, I mean, I was reading deep into it, and it started bringing into like, there's people that don't believe the Holocaust existed,
Yeah.
and apparently,
That's
the
tough.
further away you get from these events, the more doubt that gets brought into place because people that actually lived the events aren't there to
Yeah,
talk about it.
True.
Yeah.
Apparently, Buzz Aldrin punched a guy in the face that said like the moon landing was fake. He literally punched him in the face. But essentially, it got brought up that there's no way they
Sick.
could have. This many people could have actually kept it under wraps.
Yeah. Like someone would have had to snitch.
Yeah, there's like there was
It's
like
the
so
same thing
many
with a lot
people
of these
involved in this.
conspiracy theories. It's like why would stuff like that just be hidden? I don't know. Yeah. That's just me.
Yeah, well, the moon landing thing doesn't make sense. Like why you would hide that because you're like, okay, we were the first ones to moon.
Yeah.
They said a lot of the conspiracy theory too is also based on the fact that like we're like we've made it to the moon, but we haven't cured cancer, or we've made it to the moon. And so they're saying if
big
the
thing.
government focused all their attention, and in like a matter of 10 years, we're able to go from no NASA program to the moon.
Yeah.
Why can't the government focus all their attention to cure some of these other major issues that are out there? And that's really what I learned when I was reading about this is it's just deeply embedded distrust of the
Yeah.
government. And they were able to latch on to the moon landing and run with it.
Yeah.
And the guy that passed out these pamphlets, he ended up, he's dead now, but apparently Fox News ran an article on was the moon landing fake and kind of brought up some of this stuff and it like took off. And then in like movies, they'll like hint at the moon landing being fake.
I've seen
in
it
Hollywood
often,
and stuff,
yeah.
like Interstellar. Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey's like talking, and this person's like, "Well, the moon landing was fake or something." And they said these little jabs like that, though, like they make people go, "Oh, was it fake?" And
Right.
and so then it stirs
Yeah.
it back up.
Right.
So like it should be a dead
Stirring the pot,
conspiracy
baby.
theory, but it just
Stir
like
that pot.
keeps
A lot of
it just
these
stays alive.
conspiracies keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them do stem from government distrust.
Yeah, I mean, majority of it is just like not trusting the source, and not trusting the government. So
I think I saw something where it's like our phones now are like have more capabilities than like the moon landing entire like technology that they had during the moon landing.
Dude, that's
Like,
insane.
our phones are more powerful than like every
Then the
single-
spaceship
That's
that
probably
took them
true.
to the moon.
Yeah, then like
That's
their
crazy.
computers back then. Like, I mean, if you think about it now, it's probably true.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
crazy
It's just
that-
crazy to think about.
That's something like this went to the freaking moon.
right. Like, yeah, no, less
than that.
Like less processing power, less whatever. I don't know. Could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean,
probably right.
no,
Maybe
no,
the
it's
government-
100% right. Your phone
the
definitely has
government
more
does have
processing
yeah.
power than
Yeah.
the moon rovers.
But we
and
don't
stuff
know
like
because the government, they're probably hiding something.
Keep it under wraps.
They've been far more advanced technology.
that. So, are we going to his or yours?
We can
Go-
go to mine.
yeah.
Mine's kind of similar to like distrust of the government. So I did a little bit of research on the lizard people.
Okay.
You heard of
Wait.
that one?
Yeah, I have.
Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, but I thought you were doing something else.
No, remember he said he was just gonna wing
I was
it.
gonna find one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah, so mine is like it's the lizard people, right? And I guess it's believed by 4% of Americans, which is 12 million people. So 12 million people believe
Holy
that there
shit.
are lizard people on Earth and that they came here thousands of years ago.
Lizard people NFTs.
Yeah.
Now, see that you know what's sad is my mind immediately thought about how can I
Yeah.
exploit this 12
Yeah.
million people?
Yeah.
Like, what can I sell them
what
all
can
for
we
a
sell
dollar
these?
to make
Exactly.
$12 million? You know?
Let's start
Yeah.
a club.
It-
They already have a club,
NFTs,
probably.
Yeah.
but-
Lizard People Club. Yeah, it's
LPC.
so I guess this guy David Icky, I don't know. He like went crazy and like started believing all this and started spreading all these and did a book on it, but like deep dove into like the Bible and like just
Jesus.
history in general. So like for thousands and thousands of years, apparently there's been this, I guess, race of lizards or reptiles that came to Earth thousands of years ago, and they started breeding with people. So like there are people who are like
Hot.
half hybrid, and then there's the full-on lizard people, and these full-on lizard people can like vibrate at specific frequencies that like interact with everybody else's brains, and like it'll make you see me as a human, but I'm really a lizard. So they can like shapeshift, basically, is what
That's
it is.
sick.
So they can shapeshift, and the theory is that these lizard people have been controlling the entire world for thousands of years, and that they created governments and they created all the countries to keep humans like divided and at war with each other.
That would be insane.
Yeah, and so like all the top people, like people think that George Bush and like Obama,
Joe Byron.
the Rothschilds. Have you heard of the?
Oh, yeah, the Rothschilds, yeah.
They think
Wow.
that they're all like lizard people, like all interconnected, and that they like run the entire world.
Damn.
And that some of them live underground too. Like it kind of like it flows into a lot of other conspiracy theories, like
Yeah.
QAnon, like
Yeah.
all that shit.
What's
like,
that?
QAnon is the whole conspiracy theory that like that kind of like Trump was being like led to uncover like the deep dark secrets of the government, and that's
Yeah.
why he was in position to like drain
Oh,
the
okay,
swamp was
okay.
really to like shine the light on all these like this child sex trafficking
Ah,
and
yeah,
like, all
that's
that
like
stuff.
all that
The
shit, yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever
Yeah.
her name is.
Yeah.
I call her Ghislaine just
and
because
like feed it, and like
you know.
Yeah.
all the top celebrities and top or like richest people in the world would feed on like babies
Yeah, yeah,
blood
yeah.
and stuff. So that kind of ties
The
in
face
with
ripping
the
off and
lizard people,
shit.
because like the lizard people, they say like feed on people's blood and shit like that too. But
Shit.
But
Maybe
yeah,
that's what these
so
bite marks are.
so yeah, and there's like they would like watch these videos of like presidents and famous people, and like when the video would flicker, there'd be like some shit, and it would make their face all distorted and weird. So people think that that is like revealing the lizard people in their shapeshift form or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. And then like throughout history, like obviously there's like hieroglyphics and like all these different drawings from
Yeah.
cavemen of like lizards,
which
and
probably
shit.
ties into some of his stuff
Yeah.
that he found.
Yeah.
But I just want to touch on this is knowing what we know about cameras in shutter speed,
Yes.
Mhm.
you would be able to see a lizard person now because
Right. So
when
that's what's debunked that claim is like back then, like with early VHS and like DVD.
The technology, camera technology.
Because this conspiracy theories was like late 90s, early 2000s. So like around that time, the video quality wasn't as good. So, you know, in VHS, if you pause it, you know, you see those little squiggle lines.
Yeah.
Or if you're rewinding it.
lizard.
So like that's where a lot of that came from. But and they even I guess there's something in the Bible called like the Nephilim or Nephilim. Damn it, I had it written down, but it didn't print. But
Not prepared.
it's like a very vague term that's used, and people think that the Bible is referencing the lizard people with that term.
Wow.
So,
Interesting.
yeah. So I don't know. There's just like all this stuff on it,
The
and
Nephilims is a term. I think it's usually described like
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, obviously there's people that do still believe
12
that.
million people. That's a lot.
12 million people. Yeah.
So mine actually, it
That's
said
a fucking lot.
up to 20% of people at one point
Yeah.
believed the moon landing was fake.
yeah.
20% of
See,
Americans.
something like
I mean,
something
that's
like
a lot.
the
That's 70 million people. Or
Yeah,
something,
but
you know?
If
if
there's
you think
five of us
like
in a room,
something
that's
like
one.
the moon landing is a little bit more believable, like being faked is a little bit more believable to me than lizard
lizard
people,
people,
like alien race of lizard people for thousands of years controlling the entire world. So
That's true.
I don't know. So I just thought that was a kind of off the wall conspiracy that people actually believe in, and I mean,
Yeah. That
Who
that
knows?
is crazy though, because what if it like
what
I
it
don't
is,
know.
yeah.
I guess it really proves to you that like there's people out there that will believe just about anything.
yeah.
Well, it's the fact that people want something to believe in, right? They wanna make
Because they
sense
can't
because we
trust
don't know. Like
Anything
at the end of the
else.
day, we don't ultimately know like
That Derek's not a
anything,
lizard.
you know. So I think it's people like their brains formulating, finding patterns and connecting dots and like trying to.
It's like
create
kind of
something.
finding like trying to close something
Right.
out, like a reason for certain things.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
why is
Closure.
there a reason that there's
Boom.
the sparrows and like all these
Right.
people that are the Rockefellers that are in control of everything?
Right.
Oh, they're just lizard people.
Yeah,
It has nothing
It's
to
not
do
the
with
fact that-
anything else.
they're the ones who like the Rockefellers
Founded this.
Rockefellers was steel, right? Or
Yeah, I think so. But
yeah,
yeah.
they're like literally created something that changed the course of history, and that's why they're so rich. It's like Amazon.
They pretty
Well,
much
that's
like
created
well.
made
I've
this
heard
country.
I've heard people say
history.
that Elon Musk is
Yeah.
an alien or lizard person. Same
Yeah.
with Jeff Bezos.
People do
So it's
think they are.
almost like someone created something that's just so huge now.
Yeah.
They must not be
Right.
from here.
Yeah.
That's sad though. That's
Yeah.
like when you
Ignore
look at
the
a
fact that
That's like
you're a
insulting.
Yeah.
well, no, it's like
To
when
them
you,
it is because they created
Yeah.
this like and put all their hard
Effort
work and effort
and
and like
time
changed
and-
the world.
Yeah. And you're getting called a lizard
Yeah.
person.
yeah, but
Like
I
you're a
think
lizard.
it's the same reason that like someone
Fucking
looks at
lizard.
someone that's like in really great shape and
Yeah.
they go, oh, they're on steroids. It's
Boom.
almost like saying the reason I can't attain that is because they are
Cheated.
a lizard person.
Yeah.
So I can't. That's why I'm never going to be there. And it's almost like you've like explained to yourself why you can't achieve something. Like, oh, I can't do that because I'm not a lizard person.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
fucking velociraptor.
Yeah. That's pretty sad though when you think about that direction. Is that people are essentially
and it's like-
handicapping
it's-
why they can't do something.
I
with their
forgot
life,
the
you know?
actual term
Bring
for
an
it, but
excuse
yeah,
like
it's
that.
like there's people like we're so ingrained in like right and wrong and like reasons for things that like you want to find. Like I was reading about this, like people want to find like a bad guy so that they can try to like put reasoning behind it and like okay,
An
well, it's
antagonist.
this person's fault. Yeah, it's like you want to
Big word, baby.
Well,
So,
I don't even want to get into victim mentality and mindset because I feel like our today's society has handicapped themselves with like victim mentality and
Straight up.
you know, I was actually a side tangent, I guess. So I was when my mom came over here and ate lunch with us the other day. We were kind of talking about how a lot of kids that are like your age, up to my age,
Young
blame,
adults.
young adults blame a lot of their mental or just anything in their life. They like to blame on their parents or their upbringing, you know?
Yeah.
And do I think your parents shape you as a person? Yeah, of course. And do I think that maybe there's some things they did that messed you up a little bit? Yeah. But I think to like put the blame back on them turns you like into this whole victim mindset. And if you're the victim, like you can't fix anything.
True.
If everyone's just like, once you, I don't know, I saw again another TikTok guy was talking about like, if someone can offend you, then that means that you've given the power to them to offend you. So
Yeah.
so someone else gets to control your emotions. So yes, my parents did things that made me maybe self-conscious about things, made me do things that like people are like, that's not normal. But the moment that you realize that, then you can take ownership of it. I do this. I learned it from my parents, but I don't like it, and now I'm going to change it.
Yeah, it's your choice to change it. At the
Yeah,
end of the
I
day,
think
you have a
that
choice.
too many people are like, my parents need to apologize to me because they messed me up, and it's like, I mean, I just don't believe that, and then I mean, there's a lot on that, and I guess it kind of frustrates me to think about that. Like Letty one day would be like, I need you to apologize for doing this because it made me do this, and I'm like, my bad, just trying to make it through life. No one gives you a parenting guide, you know? So
my bad, playa.
I definitely do. I mean, your childhood definitely shapes who you are regardless. I do believe that. But yeah, it's ultimately your decision to change or make decisions to change that, I guess. I don't know.
I think that's the one thing our society lacks is just like taking ownership of like issues, because the moment you take ownership, it sucks because you have to be like, I did this wrong, or you have to like admit you did something wrong. But once you take ownership of it, you can actually fix it. Because if you can't own the problem, you can't fix the problem. You know, if you're like, you know, for me, the other day when you were like, hey, someone packed 5 shorts that should have been hoodies or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I did that wrong. Like that was me. And it's like, I took ownership of it because I was like, okay, I really need to pay more attention when I grab through the bins, especially if I know someone's not that checking behind me and scanning. So but if I was like, don't know who did that, you know, we can't address that problem moving forward. But if you go, you know, that was me, or you actually like address the problem and then you can fix it. But if you want to shift blame, be like, I could have been like, well, Dereck, if you would have explained it to me better, you know, but that's not going to do anything. Like, it's not going to actually drive it home.
Like you're saying, a lot of society today will do that. It's like,
it's just blame.
Well, you didn't explain it well enough, and it's just trying to shift the blame off of you. And it sucks to have to say I messed up. Like, it sucked to be like, yeah, Dereck, I fucked that up, you know? But at the same time, to shift blame to someone else isn't really going to give you the resolution you need to move on either, you know? So, I don't know. That's getting deep, I guess, in there.
Over?
Huh?
That's what she said.
Tangent over?
Well, yeah. I mean, I felt like it was a good one, but
no.
I mean, it's all about lizard people. It was spun off of the lizard people.
Started with lizard people, ended up with my parents.
Life lesson. Life lessons.
Yeah. Life lessons.
Yeah,
with
that's
lizard
really.
people.
I mean, that's really it. But
all right,
so a lot of shit that
that's pretty
it.
cool.
I also while I was researching. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'll let you go.
No, yours is cool. Yours is interesting.
While I was researching that, I also came across like some other conspiracy theories. Did you hear about like the Higgs boson particle in 2012? Like the discovery of the boson particle or whatever.
What the fuck is a boson?
In 2012, apparently there's like that particle that was discovered, but like, and when that particle was discovered, people think that the Earth or the world ended in 2012, and like from there, like shit has like shifted in a different way, which people think that we entered like an alternate reality of Earth, but like none of us can really recall.
Memories?
Man, not memories, but like people are like, they're saying like Febreze used to be spelled a different way, but it's like spelled different now.
Oh, is that
the Mandela?
The Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Yeah. So that started after the 2012
interesting
boson particle thing.
So little things have changed.
But all of that has been debunked. But I went on a tangent. I was like, oh shit, should I do this? I was like, this is kind of interesting.
So to bring that up, like someone brought up cosmic brownies, and they're like, there's a line down the middle.
We did this
and
in the
people
grocery
are
store.
like, there's not a line down the middle. We actually found both in the grocery store.
Yeah.
One's with a line down the middle and one's without.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like
Fucking
one's
with our
older
minds.
packaging that they're just getting rid of and one's newer packaging, but like I think people think that they're going crazy, but really it's like a company's transitioning or something like that.
It's something in your brain that like if something is slightly different, it's like your brain tries to like make it make sense. In reality, like it was spelled this way all along, but it's your brain trying to remember something that you actually don't remember.
Okay.
You're like, oh, that can't be it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but the brownie thing was weird because I remember I was like, wait, does it have a line or doesn't? And then we went to the grocery store and we found a box side by side, one without a line, one with a line. And I was like, they're messing with us on purpose.
and it's like the Bernstein. Have you seen the Bernstein bears?
Oh,
thing
yeah.
or whatever. So it's like they like look different, and it's
Yeah.
like, wait, I remember the other one though. It's like it's like little shit like that. I like went off on that, but anyway. I almost
because
did
when-
that as my conspiracy,
when
but I
you-
thought it'd be good to talk about.
Anytime you get a cosmic brownie, you break it in half to eat it.
Yeah.
You don't just eat the whole fucking thing.
I haven't eaten
Like, I
one in a
always
while.
broke it in half. So with a line, without a line, I just break it in half.
All right, I'm ready to hear about yours, Austin. I'm ready.
Okay. So
What was yours?
Stonehenge.
Oh,
It's not
Stonehenge.
really like a conspiracy. It's just like a wonder. Like nobody knows anything
Well, it's
really
in
about
what
it.
is in
well,
the
it was the
conspiracy?
pyramids and the Stonehenge. So
I just did Stonehenge.
I know, but like the same philosophy
okay.
goes along with those as well.
So Stonehenge is located in England. They have a replica in Nebraska, like a real life replica. Pretty cool. So if you don't want to go all the way over there, you can go to
Why would I go
Nebraska.
to the fake
Nebraska smells like cow shit.
It
Why would
does.
I go to the fake one?
You don't want to go to Nebraska.
Yeah,
It's
It
closer.
reminds me of Iowa.
It's close.
Yeah, it's a worse Iowa. We're just barely better. But so the whole thing with Stonehenge is that the first stones that were brought there were from 220 miles away,
How do they know that?
because where Stonehenge is at, there's no rock, there's no nothing. It's like a farm field, and the stones are
Like they
originated.
use like geotechnical information to find out these stones
Correct.
originated
Exact-
from
the
200.
exact. Okay.
correct. So they're like, how the fuck did they get those
200
there?
miles away.
200, yeah. So one of the theories is they each weigh 4 tons, by the way.
Was the wheel invented by this? Or
No.
this? Okay.
3000 BC.
Okay.
So they think that they did like logs on a river or water or something, but for 4 tons,
How do you float 4 tons?
exactly, with logs.
Well, I mean, they could build ships.
Yeah,
Right?
but that would
3000
take
BC.
yeah
They built ships. So
for 4 tons, like to
How
hold.
much is 4 ton?
I mean, Noah built a fucking ark,
I know he did.
and I don't know when that was, but it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But yeah, so it started.
But that doesn't explain it though, because I'm pretty sure it's like up on a cliff, kind of, right?
Yeah. So
So like
Yeah,
even
it's
if you
like-
floated them there, how are you getting them from
exactly.
there to there?
So
Yeah.
it started in 3000 BC, and it says it phased up until about 1600 BC.
What do you mean phased up?
So like it took that long.
Oh, it took
From start
1400
to
years
finish.
to build it.
Yes. And the
How do they
people who
know?
built
How
it,
do they know?
the people who built it, no written records, no nothing. There's literally nothing. There's
That's
no
what I mean.
carvings.
So how do they know it took?
Yeah,
1400
I know
years?
exactly. So the whole country of England believes that the wizard Merlin did it. You know,
Oh,
Merlin and some giants.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing over there is like, oh yeah, he fucking did it.
why do people talk about giants? We've literally not found any like, like
Bones.
bones of a giant. So why do people assume they're giants? You know?
So the first stones came from about 200 miles away, but then the next stones only came from about 20 miles away.
Okay.
But again, no modern machinery,
Right.
4-ton stones before the wheel was invented.
Supposedly,
So
there's no records. These people could have invented fucking wheels and then died. These people like combustible engines and shit.
So-
Imagine, right? They invented all this shit, then died, and like it
Yeah.
got wiped off. They
Get
didn't take
some
credit for it.
some just COVID
yeah.
killed them all.
So it says that it's that they estimated it would take over 1,000 people to get this stone to move, just one stone.
Well, I
See,
mean,
I don't think that's too far fetched.
yeah,
Like,
it's
I
a
think
1400 years to do it, and you need 1,000. I mean, I don't know.
got some fucking king like get in there, fucking peasants, like cracking his whip.
They said it took 10 years to move the smaller stones
From
from 20 miles away.
I want to know where they're getting this like timeline from. Like, how
no,
do they
but hey,
fucking
hold
know?
on. So it took 10 years to move 20 miles. So they're moving 2 miles per year, essentially. There's
the other one
5,080
was
feet per
200.
mile. So they're
These were
moving
the smaller stones,
1,000.
though.
They're moving about 1,000 feet in a 2-year period,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You said that? No, you said 1 year?
No, you said
10.
Huh?
10 years.
10 years?
10 years.
So,
20
yeah,
miles.
So
To go
they're
20
doing,
miles.
so they're moving
But
1,000.
these were the smaller stones.
Yeah, they're moving about 1,100 feet per year.
Okay.
I mean, that's not really that much.
It's
No.
fucking pushing, and they're just pushing.
Yeah,
and
well,
pushing.
They had
All
to
they
do
had
it
to
on
move it is
logs.
3 feet a day.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane.
Hey, I have a
How
question. What if they just got the whole town? They're like, hey, every morning, 8 a.m.,
Yep,
the whole
push.
town comes out and pushes as hard as they can. It
Yeah.
moves like 3 or 4 feet, and they're like, you're good. See you
Grandpa-
later.
Grandpa
Good job, guys.
Joe.
Yeah.
Smack them on the
Grandpa,
butt,
get your ass up.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. See you at the same time and place tomorrow.
Tired of this, Grandpa.
Well, I mean, think about it. You know, there's certain
Mhm.
cultures and religions and stuff like that like do something the same
Yeah.
time. What if it was like a thing
Yeah.
for them? Also, how do you get 1,000 people around a stone? Though,
That's
I
what I'm
guess?
saying.
You could build like a ram type thing where you like when you push on it, like everyone could put like, you know what I mean, like long
Everyone
boards.
grabs it and you run and like you hit it with the battering ram.
Or everyone puts it up against it, and it's like, you know, on ships how everyone was rowing, they had these long ones, but you had it like just going across, so everyone just like pushed,
Yeah.
and it would just like divert all the
Yeah, I
energy
feel
there.
like that. Yeah.
So something else that's kind of like mind blowing is like some of the stones are like standing up, like straight up in the air, and they're
Yeah,
flat.
so when they got there, then they lifted
They're flat. Well, it's like they think that they would dig a hole, slide the stone in, tie rope around it, and then pull it up. But still, pulling a 4-ton stone
Mhm.
up from the ground.
Well, obviously these people were go-getters because they moved those
Yeah.
stones
Yeah, and it's
200
like,
miles.
okay, so it's taking them that long to even get the stones there. Once they got it there, how long did it take them to fucking put one stone on
Exactly.
top of the other?
Do you know what's funny?
And
What if
how?
they were like
And especially the ones that are on the top.
we're here and we're like, oh, Stonehenge, it's aliens because it's this like. What if they were like actually had like they were building something, they just ran out of time?
Okay, so
You know what I mean, like
Died.
so they have theories on what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
like what if they were building like a statue or they were building a
Yeah.
base or a foundation for something or I don't know.
Maybe.
So like
Right.
one of the main theories, what it's used for was that it was like a cemetery for like the elitists of whoever it belonged to. So they found bones and stuff, and mostly it was like men and women and like kids. So like could be an elitist thing.
Or sacrifices.
Yeah, one of those two.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Either
it's not a lot. It's not a lot. If it was a sacrifice thing, I think there would have been more.
Were they all in the same like central location?
Yeah, but
or
w-
they buried
Yeah, but what
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
just did one sacrifice every time they got a stone in place? It's not a lot of
That's
stones
true.
either.
Yeah. You're right. I'm not debunking it.
Yeah. I'm
not,
just saying.
Not saying. The
So-
second
It's definitely a wonder.
The second one came a little later. The Stone Age people, as time went on, they thought that like maybe there's like healing properties there or whatever. So there were also people who were buried there that had like injuries. Again, support your sacrifice thing. And it's in the shape of a circle.
The injuries were in shape of a circle.
No. The monument.
Oh,
Is a
it's
circle.
like the injuries. I was like, wait, what?
It's like they knew something. And there's people who think there's, aliens. It was an alien landing pad.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like hieroglyphic stuff that have like aliens drawn in there with like spaceships. Aubrey and I were actually watching a show on like the pyramids and stuff like that, and I know that's why we chose Stonehenge because similar thing with the pyramids about these huge stones and how did they get them all in place. But like I think like for the pyramids, you're talking about it take 1,000 people to like move this thing, but like think about like the entire, everyone that was in under Egyptians' control and there were slaves.
Yeah.
Like and they had to work. Like they didn't,
Work or
They were
die.
moving shit.
And think about how strong you meet people that do physical labor, like how strong they really are.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times we compare it to like your everyday 40-year-old dude on the street that's
No,
been
these-
a
all
business
these
guy.
slaves
Like,
were probably jacked.
yeah, super strong.
Yeah.
Olympia.
And
Yeah.
so I don't know.
So, and then like with the healing power thing, when we were there, like all of us got off the bus and like we started to get closer and like it felt really weird. Like, I don't know if it was just like a mind thing, like a mind fuck
Probably
thing.
a
but
mind
like,
thing. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
was different.
Essentially, you're like in awe, right? You're like,
Well, it's like, it's rocks. As a 14-year-old kid, you're like, cool, look at these rocks in the ground. Like, I
Is
don't
the
give a
one in
fuck.
Nebraska made out of cars?
I don't think so.
Okay, because someone asked.
I've never been. I don't know. I just know there's a replica.
yeah.
I'm gonna look it up, and it's gonna be made out of cars, and be like, "This is Nebraska."
Great,
Nebraska,
Austin.
yeah.
Great. Thanks, Austin, for the recommendation.
But yeah, it felt different. It was weird.
It felt like did you feel like it was like a godly presence?
It's just the energy was different.
The energy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Are
maybe
you
it's an
Wade
energy
now?
thing. Yeah.
The chakra was not aligned.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean,
Maybe it was.
And of
I
course
think
we
that
had
I think your mind is very powerful. So I think
It
your mind
is.
could be like, hey, this is weird.
Yeah, it's
so
like your mind being like, wow, nobody knows how this was done. So it's like,
yeah.
But at that point, I didn't like know that much. Like, it was just like Stonehenge. Cool. There's these rocks in the middle of this farmland. Like, they think there's aliens.
Yeah, I've never really wanted to go
Yeah,
see
so-
it. I mean, have you ever been like?
I mean, if I was in
We
the
were
area, if I was ever in
We-
the area,
If I was in the area, I'd love to check out one of the wonders of
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I
if
mean, I'm not
passing
going to
through
go out of my
Egypt-
way to see these wonders
if
of
I'm
the world.
passing through Egypt, yeah, I go check them out. No, but if I was like,
I think
in
I would-
Scotland-
I would-
it's
I
in
definitely-
Scotland, right? Scotland,
No, it's in England.
England.
Mhm.
Oh,
I think that I've always wanted to see the pyramids. I've never been like, yeah, Stonehenge is top of my list. The pyramids are cool, just
We were there
it's pretty
for
crazy.
an orchestra trip, so it was like school.
In England?
Yeah.
Do you
What are some of the other wonders? Is it like the pyramids, the Hanging Garden, right? Or
Yeah, there's some
What's
hanging.
the
Garden.
hanging
secret
garden?
hidden gardens or some shit, and then
Yeah, I can look it up. I guess.
was the Colosseum one?
Mm.
I don't
No, I
know.
don't think so. There's 8 wonders.
Is it 8 or 7?
7. Yeah. There's 7. I said 8 because I guess you hear people saying like, "Oh,
There's
I'm
3
the 8th
things
wonder."
guaranteed in life.
Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff on here, but
taxes.
okay, what is the
85
official
something over.
7 wonders of the world? The Taj Mahal,
Taj
RIP.
Mahal.
the
Okay.
Colosseum.
Colosseum. Hey.
I
Laughed at me.
Taj.
I
that's
don't want to
sick.
say this one because I'm gonna butcher the name because it looks like
Let me see.
it's. I know. I think it's Chichen Itza, but it looks like Chicken Itza.
Chicken
It's
pizza.
like the Chichen Itza.
Yeah.
Those are the pyramids in
Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah.
Those are sick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's more like the
It's like
the
the
Mayan.
sacrifice.
yeah
lamb.
Mayan
Mayan
type
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about conspiracy, bro.
Dude.
Where'd they go?
The Mayan stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Machu Picchu,
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Machu Picchu.
Christ the Redeemer.
Nice Brazil.
Yeah. Petra and the Great Wall of China.
Damn. So I didn't see
The
one.
Great Wall is pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. So Stonehenge isn't. Wow.
Fuck, I thought
thought
it was
Stone-
cool.
I-
I thought Stonehenge was a wonder of the world. Yeah.
It is not apparently.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah.
They know why they use the Great Wall of China. How's that a wonder? Oh, I wonder. No.
Well,
No,
it's
like how it was made and
it's
built,
more
I
like
guess. Or
in
it's like a
wonder and like awe
Yeah,
and
no.
wonder.
yeah,
not
it's like
I
the
wonder how it
wonder
was
of
made.
like it like it's so advanced for its time that it was created.
yeah.
I think that's what it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were in Mexico, we saw some of those pyramids. Like we climbed one. They're pretty crazy, and they had some like
Did you feel different?
no. They had some like they were like showing you like all the different type of structures and like there was like these like angled walls
Mm-hmm.
and there was like hoops on the side. And they
Ooh.
were saying it was like some sort of game that they used to play. I don't know
Probably
what it was. but
basketball.
It's like sideways
It-
basketball.
This says
You never
stone.
played that?
They're throwing
this one
human
says-
heads.
This
at
one,
holes.
They're
Wait,
getting
what?
freaky, bro.
this one says Stonehenge is
Heads
one
and
of the
holes?
best known wonders of the world. The
Yeah.
5,000-year-old Henge monument became a World Heritage Site in 1986.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it is. I'm gonna say it is.
Oh, okay. It says Stonehenge is the because this site says that Stonehenge is the oldest and only remaining monument named in the 7 wonders of the ancient world.
Ancient.
Yeah, look, somebody just said that they changed the wonders of the world. Stonehenge used to be on there.
And the thing in Nebraska is called Carhenge.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
it? You looked it up?
No, they
Oh,
did.
oh. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah,
Fucking Nebraska. of course.
Okay, so the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon,
yeah.
Mm.
obviously not here, Lighthouse of
find
Alexandria,
it.
the Temple of Artemis, the Mausoleum at, I don't know, Statue of Zeus at Olympia,
You know how I know all
Ooh.
these?
the
like,
Great
most
Pyramid
these?
of Giza.
Transformers.
No. There's a game I used to play.
Temple Run.
No. You want to keep going?
Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario Kart, the 7 wonders map.
Yeah.
No, it was like it was kind of
Zooming
like
through Rome.
Did you ever play Age of Empires, Brad? No.
But I know what it is.
Or like
I didn't play it,
any
though.
of those type of games. Yeah, there was one like that, and you would build like any of the wonders to
Oh, okay.
give you powers. So that's how I know some of these.
Oh, that's so weird. So Stonehenge wasn't on the original one that I just looked up either, because
Yeah.
it was like all that other stuff. So,
Ancient shit.
anyways, Stonehenge is impressive. It's a wonder of some sort.
Yeah.
There you go.
How the fuck did they
How
do
did
it?
it happen?
I get why they say it's not really a wonder anymore, because like we could do that. Like we could do it
Yeah.
in like 15 minutes probably, given the right
With
equipment.
modern
you know?
machinery.
Roll up in
Yeah.
a crane.
Yeah. Well, with OSHA involved, it'd take an hour. But if OSHA wasn't involved, like 15 minutes. So
This is not safe.
yeah. Excuse me, everyone, back away.
Yeah, think
Where's
of
your
it.
hard hats? You want a hard hat for a 4-ton?
I wonder how many people died like
Transport.
making it
Oh, yeah.
or transporting. Yeah,
Because think of a block
great-
fell when they were lifting it up.
Think of the
Dude,
Great Wall of
there's
China.
probably people. There's probably
They
people.
built
buried under.
on top of
Yeah, when people
bodies.
died, they just kept
Yeah.
building.
in the wall, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about the wall. I was
Yeah.
talking about Stonehenge. There's probably people like under the stone.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying is like in any of this stuff, they just like
Yeah.
kept on moving.
They said, "Oh, that sucks."
Are those
Next
are
one
those
up.
like those big heads that were buried? Is that close to Stonehenge? And where they found out that later it was like a big like body statue that was like buried underground.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Is that
The big
Machu
heads.
Picchu?
Huh?
That's like Machu Picchu. That's like in South America.
I think it was South America.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
it
it
is.
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Argentina.
Okay.
So have you been to the ruins, like the Mayan ruins or anything?
Some of like I don't know if it's the actual Chichen Itza, but it was some like
Yeah.
there's ruins all over Mexico.
Mexico, yeah,
We've
I've
climbed
seen
up
some of them.
wanna
I didn't do
go.
the hike on any of them.
Yeah.
Aubrie and I have been around. Most of the time when you pull into a cruise ship terminal, it's like
Yeah.
it's a 4-hour ride
have
to
enough time.
a
Yeah.
2-hour
That's
walk
a
around,
fucking-
and it's like
Yeah.
usually hot as balls,
Yeah.
and you're like, do I really want to spend
Sweaty
4
balls.
hours on a unair conditioned bus to walk 2 hours there and then spend 4 hours riding back or something like
That's
that?
a full day. My ass.
It's
would
not
be
really
asleep.
4
If
hours,
you
but
actually,
it is like two plus
Oh,
hours
2 and 2?
usually. Yeah,
Yeah.
2 and 2. So
if
4
you
hours.
actually
sounds right.
deep dive into like the history of all that, it's actually very interesting. And
It
like, I
is.
think some of them are actually like pretty smart and really advanced for their
Okay.
time.
Yeah, it always just blows my mind sometimes, like how advancement in civilization comes, because it's like every advancement kind of like falls onto itself. Like when you invented the combustion engine, you were able to like start inventing airplanes and like all the
Right.
other stuff, right? So it's just like it's crazy how like small changes, or even the internet. Like think about how much has changed since you were a kid to now. Like things are changing so much more quickly with the technology advancements.
In the information age right now, I think that's what it is, right?
I mean, if you go back to like in the 80s, I don't think they would ever have thought this is where we'd end up, So it's just wild. I mean, even I never thought that you were going to be able to do what you can do on your cell phone in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, used to the computers we use, like I was just excited to have like dial-up internet. Like it's wild that you can stream a video out to people right now.
That's fair. It's like if at this point in time, if you try to think of 30 years from now, it's like it's impossible.
You can't.
It's impossible to think of what the world is going to be.
I watched a video with someone on a talk show where the guy was like, so they're actually you can actually go online and listen to the ball game. And the guy's like, haven't you heard of the radio? And the guy was like, yeah, but you'll be able to go and listen to it whenever you want. Like not just live.
Like it being recorded.
Yeah, and it's recorded and stored. And he's like, oh, have you ever heard of a tape recorder? That's what the guy said, And so it's just funny to me because those things existed, but what the digital age did is it made it so you don't have to store the tapes. I can listen to millions of old stuff now without taking up any room.
Well, it's just taking something that there's already an idea for or already exists and just improving it and making it better.
Yeah, bringing it into today.
And
Modern
more
day and age.
efficient. Yeah, and better and better and better.
Yeah, if you think about with most advancements now, it's not a completely new thing.
Right.
It's an improvement on something else. Your Apple Watch now isn't a whole new thing. It's a mesh between a phone and a real watch.
In a freaking hospital, it tells your blood oxygen level. You can do anything with that fucking thing.
It is pretty wild what you can do. And if you fall, my dad fell really hard, and it
It'll
did the
alert
fall
the
alert.
authorities. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It'll be like, yo,
It must be like the new generation.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, I think it uses like the impact,
Life alert.
like
Life
those
alert.
the like what
Yeah.
be
They
in
get
those.
hit hard.
Yeah,
was
so
this-
like you fall. So he fell like off a ladder.
Yeah.
My dad, of course, he falls off a ladder. And it alerted my mom that he had fallen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you
There's
can set
a-
it up. You can set up your fall alerts, like it'll text people automatically if you don't say no. Like I think it pops up on the screen. It's like,
When you're setting
did you
it up.
fall?
Yes.
And do you need help? And if you don't say anything, it'll just text
Yeah.
them. So
There's a story. This lady was hiking or something, and she did like that. She fell off like a cliff and like rolled down the side. And the only reason people found her was her Apple Watch called,
wow,
and they like life flighted her out.
that's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Saved her
I
life.
just updated my Apple Watch now, and you can do hand gestures to make your watch do things. It knows when you do like pinch with your fingers. It knows it when you
Yeah, because it's
like,
sitting
do
right
this.
on your
Crazy.
thing.
Yeah. So you can do like double this, and it will do something else. You can do this, and it'll skip to the next song. You can do this, and
Yeah. That's
yeah, that's wild, bro.
I think we're gonna like.
Make me dinner.
I think eventually we're gonna be like cyborgs.
The more and more I think about the
Lizard people.
metaverse stuff,
Technology is gonna be implemented into us.
the more and more I think about the metaverse stuff, I think it's more about like getting rid of just like what the tape recorder and the radio, like what the digital age did to that. I think it's going to do that to people. Like think about how much stuff people have. If they can digitize that stuff but still get use out of it, right? Like how many photo albums do you have printed out?
Yeah, so it's
0.
It's a solution for overpopulation.
It's a solution for overcrowding
Right.
of all things, not just
So
people.
It's going to be like China, where everybody's just going to be able to live in a little fucking box because all of their stuff is digitized.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it will become. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like what I'm trying to get at is that like you will find that people will start downsizing their life because their games, the toys that the kids play with now are not physical things. Right. You don't need a bicycle because now you have this thing that the kids can do everything on. They can ride the bicycle on this thing. They can ride a motorcycle on it. You know, they can live in like a VR. Yeah. So I think what it really is doing, and this is just my opinion. I mean, I could be way off base here, but my thoughts by it
makes sense.
The most realistic thing for me is just, you know, I'm an analytical person. So like analyzing how technology has changed, you know, and in my opinion, it would just be like decluttering your lives, if you will. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a lot about of like, how can we do all in ones? And so NFTs, the reason I saw this the other day, they're now making TVs that you can like frame in your house and you show your NFT collection on your TV and you can rotate through your NFTs, right? It's like a digital picture frame, right? Yeah. But the NFTs are your original artwork. No one else can show that artwork.
Right.
Interesting.
And they had like, someone had a QR code on it so you could scan it and like go to OpenSea and like see it, you know? So I think that you're kind of turning into this kind of thing where you can like start digitizing your life. And I think that's the NFT hype right now is just because like people are trying to make a quick buck. They see how Bored Apes went. They see how this other stuff's going. And there's some utility to some of them like we've talked about. But I think in general, the real benefit you're going to see is like you're going to start seeing people taking their own personal items and minting them as NFTs to keep them safe. They're never going to burn.
Upload them,
and they're upload and they hold some kind of intrinsic value. So like 30 years from now, if you know, I mean, and you can transfer them on to your kid. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that's really where NFTs is going to come into play. But I think that right now people are just focused on the art hype culture of it all. But I think the real utilitarian issue is or experience is going to be like, you know, your mother uploads all of this stuff to this collection, and now now this collection, no one can steal it. You right now, if I want to create a Tinder profile, I can go to your Facebook and I can steal your photos and become you. You can't steal these photos because they're
baby.
I wonder how many are out there trying to be me. You know,
probably a lot.
There's quite a few that try to be me. So not anymore now. I think now that I look like Jesus, people don't want to be me, I guess. But I think that, so I don't know. That's where I see a lot of that coming into play is like where people do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's how
that definitely makes sense. I can see it going in that direction.
So now we have to start thinking, what can we do to get ahead of that, right?
Yeah, like when you go to a sporting event now, they don't give you a physical ticket anymore. It's a digital ticket.
Yeah.
They don't give you that physical.
Well, so hey, ready? Take your digital ticket that you got, make it into an NFT because you went to the Super Bowl. Yeah. There are huge fans of that team that want to collect tickets. They didn't go to the game, but they want, and now they have a ticket from the win of that game. That's actually something I haven't seen anyone do yet, and I think that would be really big.
I was thinking about it.
Cut that out of the podcast, please. Cut that out.
Gary V. Hey, Gary V, can I get your number? I know you listen to my podcast, Gary V.
All right, so today's Would You Rather is...
Oh, he came prepared.
I know, he just
busted it. You like that?
Yeah. Give him an applause.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, would you rather your life just be as it is, normal, we're just humans living on this earth?
We're lizard people.
Just living on this earth. You know, we live, we're born, we're humans.
We're breathing.
There's nothing else. You believe in what you believe in, that's it. Or would you rather there be some crazy fucking, like, you know, there are aliens that
you interact with every day,
or we are like a slave civilization for aliens, or like there are lizard people.
Definitely don't want to be a slave. So,
you know, well,
wait,
I mean,
are you trying to say, is it like you try to say Men in Black exist type thing?
I guess, like, yeah, like, would you rather it's like,
excuse me,
would you rather, just our whole lives are like normal, like we think, or like there really is some deep conspiracy shit, or like aliens, and you find out and you're like, holy shit, what would you rather? I guess, what would you rather it be, one or the other?
I don't know.
I was trying to play off the fucking conspiracy.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so I think to rephrase your question in a way that makes sense to me would you rather continue to live your life exactly the way it is and never know for sure whether there's lizard people or
Right.
not, but there's like no big thing? Or would you rather know for a fact that there's lizard people?
Yeah, like
But-
it be revealed.
But you got to
But-
die.
like it be revealed.
No, and it only
Oh.
revealed to you. So now you're one of the 12 million people.
Okay, you changed it a little bit, but yeah, sure.
But that puts you into a more
Yeah,
situation that's actually hard, because the other way I'm just like, well, neither matter because I don't really care.
yeah.
But now you would
I
know
guess
there's lizard
personally, yeah,
people,
would you
but
want
now
that?
everyone would think you're crazy when you're like, no, really, there's lizard people.
Ooh,
Or would you rather just see? I made it tough.
Yeah.
But I liked your
Well-
what you started
well,
with.
Yeah, and that's why some. Okay, so going back to my conspiracy, that's why some people do believe in the conspiracy of lizard people, because like they were hypnotized, or like they said that they were abducted by aliens, and then when they were hypnotized, like there was like 5 or 6 cases where these people who were hypnotized all described
the same thing.
like lizard people,
Interesting.
I guess abducting them and doing whatever the
I
fuck.
feel like they
did.
played the Spider-Man too much.
So-
The lizard guy on Spider-Man.
Yeah. So yeah, what would
Don't watch
you?
Spider-
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
I guess if you find out your conspiracy and you know, then like it's up to you whether you try to like voice it or not.
Yeah, but if you were like adamant about something, like, bro, there's
Yeah.
no way that if you knew, if like all of a sudden this guy came to you and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know that
Big guy
This
in a
is lizard-
trench coat.
what's
Trench
he sliding
coat
me? What's
with
he
the,
sliding me?
yeah.
with the.
he's like, hey, I'm
with the
a lizard
briefcase.
person. And he,
It's a note
Oh
and
my
says
God.
lizard people are real.
no, but like he shows you himself. He shows you the colony, right? You can't
gonna
take
pay someone
photos
to
and
do that.
video, right? You can't do that. They don't let you know where they are. Like they took you to their underground thing, okay? All that happened, and then I know you say it's up to you, but like you would
gonna take it
want
one
people to
step
be
further.
like, bro,
I'm gonna take it one step further.
yeah,
I'm gonna say, how do I join y'all?
How do I join on this?
I want to be a part of the
Yes.
lizard people.
Make me
Let
program.
me in.
breed me.
Breed me.
What if you find out that breeding you is not the way to go? Okay, so that's difficult for me. I think I would just pick ignorance is bliss. Just
Ignorance
live
is
my
bliss,
life
yeah.
the way it is.
Yeah.
I think it would be very difficult to like know something like that and legitimately like be like, no, guys, listen, this
Or
is
you
how
would go
it's gonna
crazy. You would go crazy.
But I think that's why these conspiracies exist, because these people who are spreading them are like
So adamant.
and ingrained that they are real. I mean, I'm not saying they do know something we don't. I'm just saying that they're so already like.
Does this make you think they do?
Yeah. No, it doesn't make me think they do. It's just.
you never know, though.
I think to me it just makes. I think people are just trying to make sense of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
very true.
want something to believe in.
So what would you pick?
Are you diving?
I would want to know.
Yeah,
So you
I would
would
want to know.
okay. What about you?
I'm big chilling.
Just ignorance is bliss, like me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
I would want to know.
I beat the shit out of lizard people.
well, maybe Dereck actually knows, and that's why
Yeah.
he's over
Fuck
here
him.
like playing out this.
Dude, I
role for
told
us.
you
He's
he
like-
is one.
He's a lizard person.
Go watch the Twitch back and see if my eyes change colors.
Yeah.
I do have green eyes. They say great green and hazel eyes are the
Well, shit. I'm in that
indicators.
boat too.
Low blood pressure,
Oh, here you go.
but red hair is. What the fuck
Fire.
There's Dereck.
was that? Did you know that was already saved?
I mean, I opened up the sound pad to figure out what some of them are.
Oh.
So it's outro, intro, laughter, applause, sad trombone.
That was sad trombone.
No, this is
Oh.
okay. This one's called rim shot, and every time I read it, I'm like, wait, what's rim shot? Because this is not a soundboard.
It's gonna be a basketball.
Ready?
Oh no.
Oh, that's rim shot
That's
apparently.
a rim shot. That's a.
I thought it was gonna be like
I
that.
guess I do not know.
Then there's
percussion.
scary, crickets, and then there's harp. Lizard people.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about.
Yeah.
Lizard.
Begdo also feels like she's a giant and a lizard person. So
Oh, okay. Maybe she is.
she wildin' is what she is. Okay.
I
So
would want to know for sure. I would
what
want to know.
what are we going to talk about next week?
Mm.
I don't know.
Who knows? You got to tune in to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Thank you for joining us on the B.A.D podcast, where we talked about conspiracy theories, got on side tangents like usual with Brad on TikToks, and
Learning
Yeah, that
life
was it.
lessons.
life lessons.
Like always.
See you all next week.
Yep. Take it easy.
You're worth it.